This morning we're going to continue the talk of interior practice of mindfulness, right feeling, and right contemplation. So right mindfulness starts from the body into the mind, and feeling the body and feeling into the mind. That is our full foundation of mindfulness start. This is the most beneficial of the life. Make he himself can master his mind, and freedom of mind become possible. Other activity in the world that the mind is used to focus on sensual and other activity going on. Eventually it won't make beneficial to this very life because of you involved to a lot of chaos, not the real phenomenon of the life contact. Contact to this very body and one mind with the body unite together to form right mindful, right feeling, and concentrated. Challenging. We don't know how far we can go. This is no experience at all for ordinary life and life born into this living being or the human being. Unless the past life you already training certain maturing in the skillful means, then you will easy to realize when somebody talk about, when you contact the world, you've seen different life, how he act with his body and mind. You will realize, this is something I'm familiar with. So that for the practice coming back to this very body and mind, challenging because we don't have that experience. By the perception, people say, concentration, mindful to the body. So you still put in a lot of energy and effort. But mindful to the body is not easy because your mind is not follow your wish. The mind is have a lot of disturbances. Once you want to focus, you want to go to your mind and let the mind stable, let the mind become more right feeling with the body and unity of mind and body. Oh, unity of mind and body. That perception is not easy to experience. Because when we say that unity of body and mind, that perception already gone. Once you remember that perception already gone, it's not the experience, it does not stay with your mind. Then you know that when we come to training, it's challenging and inferior a lot of practitioner because he is not enough confident, not enough strong in the life or in the path, on this path going on. So he will suddenly come to the site in the jungle, in the junction, then give up. For me, until today, I not give up. because of first, in the training, carry on yourself connected to the great trainer, the master of mind, or the ancestor, all these great monks, yogi, how their life look like. So try to explore. Then we see in this very life, 99% or maybe 98% of the life is not in this path. Going to concentrate and establish insight for this life. Most of them is not. They are not renunciate, means they are involved in the world a lot in sensual activity, not pull out from the sensual activity and look into this very body and mind with the solution. How can I overcome these two difficult things, separate into pieces, cannot form something that so-called oneness and peace and calm and free. So that is the someone who sees this goal need to fulfill, so he will carry on training with confidence or firm, means even though he not get there yet, he know that this is PhD, this is master, this is BA. I still in high school, I know that, carry on. That already have perception, showing that this is the path, this is the goal. So when you do a lot of study, it will encourage you, carry on connected with this noble personality. That is the first thing that the Buddha said. Noble friend is the path. Noble friend is the goal. Keep in your mind, without this, it might not easy for the life. So second part. Once we go to training, need to carry on from inner, this reflection, with aware and inner reflection. Don't let your mind jump to grabbing the senses. Often from sensual grabbing or sensual processing. It seems like this perception, this sentence, easy to understand, but not easy to follow, because the mind is not being trained well. So they need a lot of skill. So with the teacher, why he tell you some skill, mature skill, and you can innovation, create your own skill. No problem, because of the yogi. From time to time, they find their way out. But no matter what, the skill cause and effect. The skill should be right, then it becomes right effect. If the skill is wrong, then it might not come to the right effect. They come to wrong effect. Then he will attach to the wrong thing. Think it like right thing. We call that the stubbornness of ignorance. This is very, very important in religion. So a lot of religion, they tell that I know something, I know the truth. Who know the truth? Come in. Do you see the truth? The truth of peace, the truth of stabilized, unshakable mind. Do you see it? If you don't see it, what is the true meaning? So in the old days, Catholic, Orthodox, Sufi, and some Yogi, Taoism, Buddhism, they separate apart. Oh, this way cannot go too deep. If it's too deep, involved too deep, then you follow the mundane concern, run to defilement, run to more and more attachment. So this way cannot go. So in the history experience that only maybe 2% or 1% of individuals come back to this side, so that they can need to go aloneness. So aloneness is another beneficial, I call that this direct beneficial to release or to mind release. So why today's people are lots of what I say depressed? Why? Because they don't use the mind properly. Nobody tells them how to use the mind. So they use the mind into clinging, not release, isn't it? So that is why the mission in Buddhism, we call that for the Dharma. You know, I die with the Dharma. I give my life to Dharma. That is the first Jewish woman come to the Dharma. Because the Dharma is something that conditioned to bring you into release. This is the condition. If your reason, you, body and mind, want to get into condition support, this condition will support this body and mind come to release. So they call Dharma. Only think and contemplate with the Dharma, not other. Once you think to other, then you're foolish, and people will blind you, people will try to master you and bring you into wrong path. Nobody can say right or wrong. Only yourself become the right person to make right judge. If you confuse that, then people may not pull out the stuck obstacle from your mind. Not easy. People just give you a larger opinion. So that in monastic life, come to today, even though in the monastic itself still become very different standard. If you look for more highest advanced practice, then you will see the highest advanced teacher. If you go more lower, then you will meet with the lower perspective. That is what the Buddha said. This kind of personality come in this assembly, that kind of personality come to that assembly, like that. So for us, in the training to direct benefit is called concentration and wisdom, means how to form the unities of mind into oneness, and then we found inside is created or is established, so that you can make the right judge. What is Dhamma, what is not Dhamma, according to the mind and body freedom. So here, back to the training. So when we sit there and observe the unities of body and mind, try to contemplate away and contemplate this body and mind of unity. What is this unity feel like? What you feel? Because one user, especially you don't move your body, directly is facing to your own mind. How do you recognize this is right, this is not right? How do you recognize? It becomes challenging if you're not humble enough or you are foolish. Then you just sit there and have a lot of daydream and a lot of memory, remembering the past, or have a lot of planning to the future or worry to the future. Even though the healthy, is very healthy body and mind sit there. This is called hindrance. The hindrance of restless. And extension. The body is not always harmony and healthy. So this was that, oh, let me this, let me that, let me that. So like Jiru, once you get illness, no such thing is yours. When you go to destruction, every of your enemy come and grab you and tear you into pieces, take all what you have. My country, my people, my family, nothing is yours. Because of illness come, even though the dream in the mind still not belong to what you can control and master. So for me, right concentration is very, very important and valuable to this life. When I observe myself from yesterday on, a little bit Tai Chi with the class, and then I go to let the dog out and run, and back to the room. Then my breathing become little bit difficult. And I see, oh, it's not what I can afford, get too much cold. This is the, after done, then you learn from mistake. So the whole night until this morning, I never lie down, because cannot lie down. When you lie down, cough, almost take over your mind. So you need to sit there and try to get the mind delivered, even though this is very destruction bodily element, not much you can do. How you can from here on more diligent, bring back your life into life. Life means energetic, it's master the mind, This moment, can you do it? If you can't do it, you just die there. Nobody knows you. So that the aloneness and reflection make me say, oh, this is maybe not the most difficult moment. Even the illness, when the Dhamma said that, illness, destruction, dying, this is your motherland. So only illness, the first point. Two more serious, and maybe come to failures or your mindful, right feeling, right concentration. It could failure all this. Must find a way out. See? So I pull up myself here. I am AQ. Only AQ. We're so different. You know what is AQ?
Volition, like willpower. Adversity.
Conscious. Adversity, conscious. Okay, write a word for you, okay? Let them write a word for you. I need to learn the word too. It means, let me make an example. That is what in my life that I want to take that picture into myself when it is difficult time. When there is a war going on, killing, killing them, the soldier just seal up his senses. He just walk along, targeting. Even the bam, the sounds, light, everything, he is not concerned like that. What is that mean? Right concentrate. Soldier means he is like that. Poet his mind. That is the real thing. Strong and healthy body. Only the general is different. When he got hurt arm, distract the body, he is still general. They have a general soldier in the Japanese War, World War II, when he'd been spy and attacked by the enemy airplane. So he is in the airplane, want to go to check. He's a member of war fighting there. So he's been targeted, and then the airplane just follow at the back and shoot. So his flight been burned and crashed down. When it crashed down, all died. And when his members of army search and look for his flight, then found everything burned down. And I think the reporter took the picture. So the picture show him is like that, holding his samurai like that. And the whole body already burned. But the ship is still like that, in the ship. No matter that is a storytelling or the real, I want to say, in the monk life, in the practice of other religion, like Orthodox Church and other, who is renunciate, doing very deep contemplate in the prayer. After they are dying, his mummy, means his dead body, still remain there. Even though that we call that, what is the that disease? Want to destruct the body? No way. His body is still keep there. I saw many when I was in Thailand. Thailand is a humid, hot horizon of hot season country. If you keep that body there 3 days, so why is some kind of people's his body turning into mystery? Why? For me, I'm religious faith guy. I have faith in religious. I must think about this self-reflection, into concentrate, into mindfulness in oneness, and processing into more profound meaning should be a lot of value that the world not knowing, because the world's mind and body lack of this experience, lacks of this, what we call that, mental state. Enough.